Hey guys, how's it going? This is Rich with another video, and today what I'd like to talk about is the most efficient type of training for weight loss. Okay? Now, basically, in a nutshell, the best way to train, and which not only is the best way to train for weight loss, but also is the most time efficient and also brings the most results, is to what's called interval training, to train intervallically. Now, the reason why, actually, first of all, I'll let you know what it is. Interval training is basically doing higher intensity workout for a short burst or a shorter burst, and then take a small break, so a small interval, and then do it again basically, and raise that intensity right up high again, and just basically do that sequence on and off for a certain amount of time. That's what basically interval training is. Okay, it could be done in numerous amounts of ways with different types of exercise. It could be done with running, could be done with rowing, with cross training, with many other types of cardio type exercises. It could also be done with weights. It could be done just with body mass. It could be done with press ups. It could be done with power exercises, doing clean and press. It could be basically any type, but that's basically what interval training is. Now, for weight loss, what I would suggest is the most effective is cardio intervals, and just to take a very basic yet very effective example would be running. So, for example, you could, as far as I know, there was a research paper done on a Japanese guy, I believe, called Tabata, which was basically an interval setup of training and exercising at 90 to 100% for 20 seconds, and then taking a 10-second break and continuing that for 5 minutes. Now, if you apply that to running, for example, that is an extremely beneficial and very tough workout. If you don't believe me, go out and try it yourself. Run as fast as you can for 20 seconds, do a 10-second active recovery, so a really slow jog, and then repeat and do that 10 times, which will bring you to 5 minutes, or just under 5 minutes. So, but although it is tough, it is one of the most effective ways to not only achieve weight loss, but also to achieve cardiovascular fitness as well, and especially anaerobic fitness is more so. I would forever preach for people to do that type of exercise if their goal is weight loss and also cardio, and also people that want cardiovascular fitness. I would really emphasize that they do that type of training rather than going a long hour run at about 50%, 60% intensity. That has its place, and which is great for aerobic, and during that time of training for the aerobic, so for the long slow jog, you would be at that time burning more fat than you would in the other one, in the anaerobic one. But and now I'll go a little bit more into the theory of why the interval training is better for weight loss. So even though in the long run, so the long distance run for an hour, you would be burning more fat during that time, the great thing about anaerobic training or interval training for high intensity for short periods of time is that you get this effect where basically you will be burning calories for quite a significant period after you finish the actual exercise routine itself. Okay, this occurs when our bodies use what's called the anaerobic energy system, especially the lactic acid system. Which, if you do interval training, especially one I just mentioned before, you will be definitely putting your body subject to quite a lot of lactic acid. Now, the reason why this happens is because basically your anaerobic energy systems is basically, anaerobic means no oxygen, so you're not using any oxygen. You're basically putting so much demand on your body for energy requirements that it's going, okay, we don't have time to get any oxygen, we need to fire our reserves right now. So it's kind of like, if you imagine a fighter jet plane bursting out full throttle, just bursting all of its fuel as quickly as possible. That's basically what's happening in the body when you're using anaerobic or interval training. Okay. On the opposite side, if for example you're doing a long slow jog and you're just going about 50-60%, your body is able to majoritively meet the energy requirements and meet through basically respiring oxygen and processing that oxygen through the energy system to meet the energy requirements for that exercise. But it's not the case for interval training. So the thing is though, is that even though your body uses up these reserves in the anaerobic interval training, they eventually will need to be restored. Okay, so your body's going to use a lot of carbs, and it's going to produce a lot of lactic acid. The thing is once that is finished, the exercise is done, for the long period afterwards, your body's going to have to replenish those initial anaerobic stores. And how does it do that? Well, it does that by using aerobic respiration. So basically using oxygen once you've finished, when you're recovering, it uses the oxygen to replace those energy stores that way. So it's very clever of your body, the way to do it. But the great thing about it is that because your body's using aerobic respiration, your body will be using significantly more fat during that period after you've exercised. So so that's really a really key thing to know as far as efficiency, because obviously you don't want to spend ages. You want to be getting a good quality workout session, especially if your goal is weight loss. You want to know that you're doing it and you're achieving it, or you're trying to achieve results in the best possible way, in the best quality type of training, so that you're not sort of aimlessly trying out things and not getting to the point you want to. So that's what I just wanted to mention about as far as efficiency of training and as far as type of training. So just to recap, is I would definitely stick to interval type, anaerobic type trainings if your goal is weight loss or cardiovascular fitness as well. Another thing as well I was going to say was that if you want a good example also of a good interval training type exercise, the tri-century exercise video that I've already posted is one of the best exercises you can do, intervallic exercise you can do, which will give you huge benefits in weight loss and also in cardio, and also for that specific one for body toning, because it uses all muscles in the body with a slight strength aspect to it as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video, hope you learned something, hope it was useful, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.